We have had some good, intimate times with Carrier. Times we're just running through the hallways of the Heimdall and shooting some poorly animated monsters and searching through some rooms and reading notes. Man, it feels like it's gone so fast. But I don't think we actually have too much more to go with Jack and Jessafer's adventures, because Jessafer's campaign is a lot shorter than Jack's. So if you remember what we were doing last time, we met Sandra, who Jessafer had been looking for. Sandra is on deck 4. We are on deck 5. And apparently we're going to meet Sandra by the elevators. Right, Jessafer's puffin. We're going to meet Sandra by the elevators, and we're going to take those up to deck 1, where we're going to then communicate with the Olympus, the submarine that is nearby, so we can get rescued. So that's what we're doing right now. Like, my health is at like half, and that should be okay. I could like take one more hit, I think, at least, before I have to use a health drink. So we were looking for Sandra and Mark, and Mark's dead. Like, we never even got to talk to him. We just found him and he was dead. So, sorry, Mark. Sorry. Alright, we're on deck 4 right now. Let's head to the elevators. So hopefully there's no enemies in the way, because we've been through this hallway before. A number of times. It should, unless anyone has respawned, it should be clear going to get to the elevators. So we do have to climb that ladder. You know, I know this is an old game. I know it's on the Dreamcast, but something that it's hard to get over. Playing this game feels so much worse than playing, like, the PS1 Resident Evil games. Like, I remember when I played Resident Evil 2 for that LP, the original, and I was saying, I'm surprised at how good this feels to play. Well, hold on.
There still may be time. Accept your sins like me and beg for forgiveness. Become one with Ark, and the gate to paradise will open for you.
Doctor.
Jessafer, I found an escape route. The hangar on deck 4. I'll meet you there. Hurry.
Okay, I'm on my way. I wonder what that voice meant. Become one with Ark? Paradise? What's he talking about? Doctor. You're... by Ark? No, it's not so. I'm sure everyone's okay.
This has got to have been some weird dialogue for this voice actress to say out loud. Doctor, you're by Ark? It can't be. I was like, to asking the voice director, is this right? Is there like a typo here? Am I saying this right? Yeah? Okay, I'll say it. You guys are going to do with it whatever you want to do with it. But yeah, we were hearing the conversation with the Doctor and Jack somehow. I don't know how we were hearing that. Like over a loudspeaker, maybe. So the Doctor's all infected. Got all that Ark up in there. Talking to Jack about how Ark wants to kill humanity and replace it with the original life forms. We can't think about that right now. But we have to think about our elevators. And also think about how this game just feels bad to play. I was just saying, RE2 on PlayStation 1 just played actually so much better than this. It just felt so much better than this. This feels bad. It feels bad. Like the controls and the animation feel bad.
This looks like the hangar that Sandra mentioned.
Oh, and enemies are back. Well, can I, like, run past them? Because they have to get up. Yeah, okay, I guess that was fine. Sure, okay. Like, I've played worse, obviously. It's not the worst feeling game ever, but... It's not... Yeah. Anyway, we're going, which way are we going? I guess we're still going the right way. Alright, can see someone down there. Just use my scope for a bit. There you go. Well, there's an enemy down there. I guess I'm supposed to go down there. I don't think there could be many ways to go because Jessafer's campaign has been pretty linear. Oh. You know, I had one bullet and then I had to reload. That's like the worst scenario. Alright, let me use an energy drink. See that door? Oh, actually, I haven't been in this one yet. As Jessafer. Okay, I can't because it's broken. Never mind. Never mind. We're back in the magazine. I don't think there's anything new here. Let's just quickly take a look. No. I guess if you just wanted to save, they just put an additional enemy in the way, you know, just in case. Kill this enemy if you want to go to the save room. There he is again. Enemies haven't, like, been respawning like that, though. That's kind of odd. Let me replenish. And then, you know, health drink. Looking up, is there someone on the ceiling? Maybe there was. It looks like that we're heading towards a door that we didn't go through before. Oh, that's why we didn't go through it. Never mind. I forgot about those. This is the wardroom. I don't think Sandra's here. Let's go back. Jessafer is just being thorough, making sure she hasn't missed anything. Clearly. Oh yeah, it's dark here. Is there an enemy? Where's the enemy? There's someone there, right? Yeah. Alright, this takes us back outside? No, we are going... This is leading outside. Yeah. We're gonna go back up. I guess this is gonna go to deck 3. I was kind of hoping she would say something when I came in here. Because I don't know if this is the way I need to go. They didn't say to go back up to deck 3, so that might not be it. Because there are points where she will say something about where we're going. To give you, an indication as to, oh, I should be going this way. I just went up there and she didn't say anything. And I don't know if there's anywhere new on deck 3 to go. And I do know there's somewhere on deck 4 that we could go that I haven't been to yet. And that's like the main area in the middle of the deck. Oh, yeah. Yeah, they're just respawning enemies now, I guess. Maybe because we're heading towards the end game. I know it's thrilling. I know you're on the edge of your seat, wondering how it's all going to conclude. You can feel like the rising action. That's what they talk about when they talk about stories. The rising action heading towards a climax. And you can feel that happening right now. So we could use... Yeah, we're getting towards that center area. I think I need to go downstairs. The zombies up? There were zombies that were standing up. Here they are. I mean, they're lying down again, so that's good. What if I go through that door? Can I go through that door? No, that's broken. Gotta find a ladder to go downstairs. Where's that ladder? There's a ladder. Let's go down here. And that door... Well, no, that doesn't lead anywhere. Let's go down here. Down here. Oh, right, this. Yeah. Is that other one coming? No, I think it's just staying there. You remember this thing, right? Let me just first replenish. You do this to open this door. And then you use the Ben 10 scope to see which of the lasers are not active. And then you walk through the one that's not active. And then the door stays open. Okay, now we're in here. Alright. I can use this. Open that. So the main area with the big elevator is here. And hopefully this is where Sandra is. Hmm?
Jessafer!
There she is.
Wait, we can't get through. There's no power. I'll turn on the emergency power supply.
Sandra, it's too dangerous to go alone. Let me go with you.
It's okay. Don't worry. Rather than worrying about me, you should figure out how to prevent the mutants from getting in here. If they come this far, there'll be no way to get out.
Got it. I won't let even one of them come close.
I wouldn't expect anything less from Lieutenant Manning. I'm going then. This bad dream will be over soon.
Thank God. That could have been that could be taken a couple ways. All right, we can't let a single mutant come close. Do we have a?
Huh?
Jessafer.
Sandra, what are you doing? Stop the elevator.
It's no good. The elevator can only be operated by remote. Get out of here. I'll follow. Don't worry. Ugh!
Sandra! What happened? Respond.
I'm okay. I'm just playing up there with the mutants. Knock them down and they just keep
Sandra, I'm coming to help you. Lower the elevator.
Thanks, but I'm done with bad dreams. It's over.
What are you doing? Stop! Lower the elevator.
Thanks for coming back for me. Bye, Jessafer.
Sandra!
Oh no! Sandra sacrificed herself for Jessafer. We will never forget Sandra. Because of her, now we're on deck 2. We could never have done it without her. Squelch, squelch, squelch. Squelch, 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 squelch. It's like there's not even any point of trying to escape this carrier without Sandra. I should probably there's a door down there. It's like it's all meaningless now. And this is like way back at the beginning of the game. Well, we're almost at the top deck then. And if we get to the top deck, it means we can call the Olympus. And it can come rescue us. Which I don't even know really why we need, because the helicopter also comes at the end of the game, at the end of Jack's thing.
Can you hear me? We are going to sink the Heimdall. Evacuate immediately.
Colonel, but they...
Jack and I will get out as soon as the explosives to start the flooding are detonated.
But...
No buts. You are getting the hell out of here. We'll leave on the transport plane that's waiting on the flight deck.
All right, I'll go ahead. But be careful, Colonel.
You too. I never thought I'd be sinking one of our own ships.
Sink the Heimdall? I never imagined that we would do such a thing. There's no time left. I have to get topside and contact the Olympus.
So we are at the end of the game. Bombs are being set. The Doctor is about to kill the Colonel. Remember that dramatic death scene. Jack is going to be very upset about it. And then Jack is going to fight the Doctor. So Jack is going to be escaping pretty soon then. We don't have that much time in order to contact... Oh, hello. We don't have much time to contact the Olympus, but here is stairs going up to deck 1. So this will take us topside, I suppose. So now we can get to the communications. Yep, I mean, the top decks were very simple. Oh. About to say the top decks were very simple. Very linear hallways and rooms. We didn't really get all that complex until we got to deck 3. Did the whole thing with you where you could shoot like individual body parts, that never really... I felt like it never really mattered. Like, they die faster if you do headshots, but... You figure that having specific body damage would have, I don't know, played into the gameplay more, and it really didn't. Anyway, here's doors. Something is actually kind of impressive about this game, how it has absolutely no mood or tone to it. Like, there's really nothing horrific about it. It's like the subject matter is certainly horrific, sure. But there's like absolutely nothing that's like frightening or even like scary in tone or anything. And it's like actually kind of remarkable about how they made a game that just was so empty and void of any of that. I guess let's try going left. And how it starts off with just an oddly convoluted storyline where it's the future at some time, and like the entirety of the northern half of the planet is in war with the southern half of the planet. I'm just gonna explain this to you. Oh, can those moths hurt you? I don't remember ever seeing them. I guess we passed them at the beginning. We must have. All right. Oh, there's nothing here. Yeah, I kind of vaguely remember there was a hallway, that there was nothing here. There's no reason to go in there. Yeah, the planet's at war. North is fighting South. Here's the storyline. Okay, now that we've explained that, now we can do the horror. So you didn't like none of that was actually needed or necessary or added anything to anything. Here's a save point. Oh, is there anything new here in the magazine? Something there. Couple things. Oh, energy drinks, that's good. Could always use more energy drinks. Which one was that? The second one. The Ben 10 scope is can be an interesting idea. Going to a first-person view to look at monsters and scan the status of things, or when we were playing as Jack, you could see if people were infected. And they didn't really do anything with that. Remember that whole thing about how you have to use this to see if someone's infected or not? I was like, they didn't do anything with it. You could have done it, you know? Sure, you could use it to, like, look at people and see if they say that they're infected, and they don't really have to. It doesn't really matter. You could use it to see if there are items in the magazine, which is good because the magazines have lots of lockers, so you could use them to see what lockers have things instead of trying out each locker one by one. So that's, that's something. Should probably use one of those health drinks we just picked up. There's like a door there, but try the one at the end of the hallway, I guess. Oh, I guess it was the closer door after all. Okay. Well, we made it up top.
The ship! The Colonel and Jack must have succeeded with the detonation.
Right? So this is where the Colonel is dying right now. As we speak, the Colonel is being tentacled by the Doctor, and Jack is very sad about it. I remember we went back up here, like, at the beginning of the game, but Jack couldn't really do anything here. So the communications room is up here, I believe. Because Jessafer is going to be able to do something with it. She's going to be able to use it to call the submarine. See, foreshadowing. Seeding the idea of a communications room back at the beginning. And now it's going to pay off at the end. Remember the windshield wipers? I was wondering, are those real? Someone at some point, I believe, said that yes, they do have windshield. Aircraft carriers do have windshield wipers. They don't look quite like that. They look a bit different, but they actually do have windshield wipers, and it makes sense for them to do. Okay, can I interact with anything? Let's take a look at the machines. Does the scope tell me if I can use machines? I don't think I ever actually... Yeah, I guess it does. What does it say? Object. Yeah, it's defined as an object. Seems to be a nuclear sub nearby. Oh. Automatic pilot does not respond. Oh, hold on, there's something there. Is that a health drink? It is a health drink, yes. Body of a crew member has been shot. I guess he shot himself. Couldn't bear to witness what was happening on the ship, the captain's chair. So you really should have the option to sit in that chair. We do not have it. Is there a panel here I should use? Control panel used to navigate the ship. We cannot navigate. Nuclear sub nearby. Can I not use any of the machines here to communicate? We're on the navigation deck. I kind of thought there would be like a communicator here, like a radio or something. Doesn't seem like it, though, does it? Alright, I mean, I guess let's keep going. Maybe there's like another room somewhere that has the communication equipment. There were more stairs here. Let's go down these stairs.
You must be Captain McGregor.
Oh? Oh, hey!
I'm the captain.
So you're okay. I'm glad. I'm Lieutenant Jessafer Manning from the Information Division, sent to investigate the accident.
Information department. Oh, it's good to see you.
Exactly what happened here?
What? Oh, nothing you need to worry about. Just beginning of a new era. The Earth will soon become a paradise.
Huh? Captain, are you okay? Did you say something?
Oh no! He's a monster captain. He's pointing a gun at me. He's not actually shooting with it yet. Okay, he laughs before he shoots. We have to fight the captain. I can't believe this is happening. I do have, like, better weapons than this. I do have the R-Buster. How much ammo do I have for the R-Buster? Like 9 grenades. Well, I'm glad we finally met the captain. He also seems to be in good spirits. There we go.
This is Heimdall. Olympus, do you copy? Olympus, can you hear me? Please respond.
Olympus here. Who is this?
This is Information Department Lieutenant Manning.
Ooh, Lieutenant. It's good to hear from you.
All survivors from the ship should be on the flight deck. And by order of head of the Spark team, Colonel Aaron Burke, we must sink the Heimdall.
What?
I will provide a detailed report when I return. We're in a state of emergency. Olympus, quickly approach the Heimdall to evacuate survivors.
Roger. We'll approach immediately.
We'll help survivors from the flight deck into the water. Damn! They're gone.
Well, we barely knew the captain. We were wondering where he was the entire game. Oh, North America in 2 days. We finally found him. He was alive the whole time, but he had become monstered. Poor captain. I also like how this room, like both the captain and the person we were talking to over the radio, just really screams they got the programmers on the game to do voice work for this. More so than many of the voices I think we've been hearing. Like we spoke with the captain and he's like, "Oh, it's just the beginning of a new age." And it's like, wow, is that really the best they could do? Is that really the best? I mean, I guess the standards weren't as high at that time, but there were some like voice acting standards at that time. They could have done better. I mean, I wasn't really expecting too much at this point, but it is still kind of remarkable. Uh-oh. Not even really sure what that was. Maybe did the captain get back up?
Lieutenant, can you hear me?
Sergeant Ingalls, you all right?
Yes. The detonation was successful. I'm headed to the flight deck.
Good. Colonel Burke is with you?
No. I'm afraid the colonel didn't make it.
What? The Colonel too?
I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. And me, I wasn't able to do anything.
Lieutenant.
We don't have much time. Let's get out of here. The Olympus is nearby. I'll escape on that. You should come with.
No, I'll head for the flight deck. Captain Lang is preparing a transport waiting for me.
I see. Then be careful. With a little luck, I'll see you later at the base.
Gotcha. But be careful, Lieutenant.
He's just become a plant man now, hasn't he? Just a big old green plant man.
It'll be over soon.
I really hope so, Jessafer. Can it be over after this? Maybe this is our final opponent. Like, what is it? What even is that design? What is that? What are you? I'm gonna shoot you till you stop moving. Oh, come on. He shouldn't have been able to get that hit in.
Ah!
Oh no, Jessafer!
Ah! Olympus!
Oh, is that what that was? That was a raft? It's very dramatic. You have to show her jump multiple times. Where's the Heimdall?
Lifeboat ahead! Bring it in immediately!
Did it sink that quickly? Oh, no, there it is. No, that's the Olympus. Where did the Heimdall go?
Lieutenant, it's good to hear from you.
Thanks. I will provide a detailed report when I return. I have to get the data I received. From the doctor, back to headquarters as soon as possible.
Roger.
What is he going for with that voice? Like, what is he... I'm not sure what is the direction on that. And it was all over. Now it's time to recover. Got to work on your spacing, Jessafer. I don't know what it is. You're switching between single and double space. Maybe humanity was responsible for this after all. Like Sandra and Mark and the Colonel. And then there's that thing. It's pulsing and all red. Get real close on it. And then credits, I assume. Yeah, there you go. The credits. All right. So that's the end of Jessafer's campaign in Carrier. It's much shorter than Jack's. Just seeing what she was doing during Jack's campaign. I don't think we learned anything new, did we? Like, usually when you're going to play a game where you have two different characters and there's like a B-side where you're seeing what the other character was doing, you see things from a different perspective and learn some additional information. I don't think we learned anything new. There was the captain, yeah. We did meet the captain. We found out what happened to him. He survived, but got infected by Ark and became the plant monster. And that was kind of it. Yeah, nothing really. I guess the whole thing about Wesker being a spy was never resolved. Like, we found out that he was, even if they never stated it out loud, but we assume that he is, and he ends up the game with the Ark sample and thinking, hey, Jack, maybe I should just, I don't know, throw this onto the world and kill humanity with it. Maybe we deserve that, and I guess that just goes unresolved. That's kind of odd, isn't it? Like, they did play up that whole spy storyline during Jack's campaign, but it just kind of just leaves it hanging. Kind of just leaves it hanging. And as I had mentioned earlier in the playthrough, they did intend to make Carrier 2 for the PlayStation 2, and maybe that game would have continued the story. Maybe it would have picked up from there. Maybe Wesker would have returned, and maybe him having the sample would have been the storyline, possibly. Maybe. kind of feel like this game was a whole lot of nothing. Like, it wasn't... It's kind of nothing.
Carrier.
It has that sound effect. The sound effect is pretty good. Let's see what happens if we load that game. Alright, clear data as Jessafer. What do we get now?
By the beginning of the 21st
Right,
century,
we get the intro cutscene. Let's just skip ahead to the actual real-time cutscene, because someone did say that Jack would have a new costume that you get once you complete the game with Jessafer. I think that's basically the only different thing. Let's see what it looks like. Okay, yeah. He's wearing something different. There you go.
Why? Why did they shoot us down?
He's wearing a jacket with no shirt.
Leonard, Lieutenant Manning, am I the only one that made it?
I guess Jack was jealous about everyone talking about Jessafer's legs. So Jack has got to show us that he's got the goods underneath that outfit.
Jack.
Leonard, are you okay? Hang on.
Leonard, what do you think about my abs?
Looks like my leg's no good.
Leonard, you don't have too much time. I need you to tell me
Don't move it.
what you think about these pecs.
This is Colonel Burke. Spark team, do you copy?
Colonel Burke, Jack.
Jack, you're a bit late. Have you finally landed?
Colonel, the helicopter was attacked.
What? What? So that was the big noise I heard earlier. We weren't attacked when we landed.
It must be the work of Southern Cross.
Gotta be. Southern Cross would play such a large role in the events of this game.
And the other members, are they okay?
I don't know where Lieutenant Manning is. She's disappeared.
What's going on with the ends of the sleeves on that jacket?
I see.
It looks like
See if you can find
the sleeve... No, okay, I was about to say, it looks like they extend to his hands, but no, the gloves are just the same color as the sleeves, except when it gets to the fingers,
what they see.
and then it changes color.
Is safer on the flight deck.
Yeah, I'll leave him here. I'll check the ship and bring back any first aid supplies I can find.
I'm counting on you. We'll get back to the investigation on this end. Lang should be checking the ship data in the security room. When you're done, catch up with him and see what he's discovered. Then continue your...
Lang, by the way, is Wesker. We keep calling him Wesker, but his name is Nicholas Lang.
I'll get a first aid kit.
Remember, Leonard intended to retire after this mission.
I'm sorry, Jack. I'll be right back. Hang on, okay?
Still, I mean, the costume's not bad. Still, it's not that much for playing the game twice. Not that big of a reward for doing that. Ah.
Leonard, what happened?
I still like that subtitle that appears over the name of the room. That's some good stuff there.
Leonard!
I also like how Jack yells for Leonard after Jack's head falls onto the floor.
What? Who the hell are you?
Actually, it's just his helmet, isn't it? Leonard's head is not in that
What the
helmet.
hell's going on? Leonard was... by that?
It's another example of that dialogue. Just, I guess it's
Work.
meant he can't bring himself to say the word killed. Still, we are about to see some of the best animation in the game right here.
Leonard, I'm sorry. I wish I could have done something.
Right here. There you go. It's all worth it for that.
What the hell is going on here?
All right, let's see if we can get a good look at this. Oh, he's still up. Well, I mean, he can come over here if he wants. Let's back up a little bit. Okay, this is basically as close as we're going to get. We got Jack wearing a pretty high-cut jacket. It's like barely even reaches his waist. No shirt underneath, because that jacket just must feel very comfortable. Jack just wants to feel the inner lining of the jacket against his skin. Must be very comfortable. He's wearing black jeans, like gloves that are black on the hand, but then have like metal knuckles and then red on the fingers. Kind of odd-looking gloves. And he's wearing his usual headphones. It's not a bad costume. I mean, it should be... I think that for a reward of beating the game twice, you should get something a little bit more outrageous. But at least we're getting something from that. Yeah, it's not a whole lot to say about Carrier, honestly. Like I said before, last time, I was having trouble just thinking of things to say about it. The game just kind of never gets going. It's a survival horror game that doesn't feel good to play. Has some ideas that could be good, like the scope and, you know, seeing if people are infected or not. Like, who can you trust? Could it be that this person you trust is infected? The answer is no. The answer is no. None of the people you trust are infected. Most of the people you meet, just the NPCs, will not be infected. There's like a couple that are, but barely any. Nothing really that happens. Is there anything in the inventory? Doesn't look like it. Nothing new in the inventory here. So the scope thing could have been an interesting idea, but didn't really go anywhere. Then you had the whole thing about how there were some invisible enemies. Again, remember the tagline, if you can hear it, you're already dead. And there were like a few invisible enemies, and they didn't really do anything with that. They certainly didn't really do anything about hearing enemies, you know? There's nothing about, oh no, I have to keep my ears open and hear the enemies coming. There's nothing about that. Like I said, there was specific body damage, like you can aim at the head or like the arms, the body, and they didn't really do anything. The only thing you really want to do is aim at the head because it kills them with less bullets. There doesn't seem to be a reason to shoot it anywhere else. Yeah, it just seems like there's a bunch of ideas that they didn't really do anything with. Maybe they just ran out of time. Not enough time to develop it. Maybe? I'm not sure. But like I said, I can't really judge this by saying it's an old game, so maybe be easier on it because of what games were like back then, and this was like a very early Dreamcast game. And that's not really the case because, like I said, RE2 on PS1 plays and feels so much better than this. And someone's mentioning that Code Veronica came out like a month later after this. And obviously Code Veronica would have been much higher budget, but man, that is a bad comparison to make. That is bad for Jellicoe. That they had to compete with that. That's not a good situation. So yeah, it's like a game it's a traditional survival horror game, and I like playing those. And it just doesn't develop its ideas or do anything fun, or... I mean, it has some bad voice acting. There's that. There's bad voice acting, and that's fun. I do like it when you find a game where they obviously just had the programmers doing some of the voice acting because I don't know, it was too expensive to get a voice actor to do it. And that's always fun. Like, that's actually the one high point of the game, is when you get to that bad voice act, that good bad voice acting. That's the one thing. And there was like a story that was trying to be quite complex, and it didn't seem like there needed to be a reason for it to be complex, like the whole global espionage and intrigue. And the conclusion of the game, finding out what the Ark is, that it is the primal life force of the planet that is trying to reset the planet because of mankind. I was like, yeah, I guess so. Sure. It didn't actually need to be that. If it was just like mutant plant monsters, it wouldn't have been any different. They tried to go a bit higher concept with the plot, and I don't think it nailed it. And at least the game had fairly good pacing early on. It did have a number of cutscenes, a number of codec conversations. We were getting them quite frequently, especially early on in the game. And then, I don't know, it just started to become a slog at some point. Started to become just not all that interesting, and each stream just became, there's hallways, there's rooms, there's that. So yeah, I can see why Carrier is not really thought of as a survival horror classic. There's never been any desire maybe to port this to anything else. No, not really any demand to play this in the modern day. Like, you look at something like Illbleed, and that's still something someone might want to play because that's so different. That game is so outrageous. But Carrier just doesn't... I don't think there's really any reason to play this today. I would say, though, that it is still a treat for me when I do get to hook up the old Dreamcast and put in a game that I've never played before. So, I mean, that at least was fun for me. Because I never actually got this game back when the Dreamcast was new, so this is my first time playing it now. So at least that is a fun thing, that, I can just hook up the Dreamcast and just put a new game in, and just play it like it would, like the Dreamcast is a new system. But it just didn't. I don't think this turned out well. It wasn't bad enough, is the thing. It wasn't nearly good enough to be fun or a good game, but it wasn't bad enough to be the complete train wreck that something like The Ring turned out to be. So, if you want it to be bad, you want it to go all the way and be just into complete dumpster fire territory. Carrier was not that. Carrier was not a dumpster fire. It did not go into that territory, but maybe it should have, because it wasn't good enough to actually be good in any respect. But it wasn't bad enough to be all that interesting. And I guess that's just what Carrier turned out to be, and I don't think there's really anything else for me to say about Carrier. That's been the playthrough of Carrier on the Dreamcast. Thank you for coming along with me for this journey through the most bland survival horror environment I can think of seeing in quite some time. So let's say goodbye to Jack and Jessafer.